you miss chaos, goals, red cards, and results that just change the knockout picture as at this moment. Let me know what you really think. With me is Ima, and we will just be getting you everything that happened in Champions League tonight.
He done it!
Yes, tonight's Champions League remind us of how ruthless this competition is. And it's really, really fantastic and great one for sure. Hey, Giant fell today. Underdogs rose. Some teams might be going out of this competition. If you just miss tonight's Champions League action, you miss chaos, goals, red cards, and results that just change the knockout picture as at this moment. So let me know what you really think. And with me is Ima, and we will just be getting you everything that happened in Champions League tonight for sure. Ima, how did Real Madrid does it? We just said today is not a knockout stages so far, but how will they actually got out to smash 6-1 against Monaco? Who were the standout performers in this game?
Yeah, I think for a long haul, this is one of Real Madrid's games that I've watched that I was really, really impressed because looking at the way they played, I think, yeah, they really needed the results to boost their confidence. Of late, they've been getting, bad results. Their performance, have been shambolic, and it's good they are playing at home, you know, playing against AS Monaco and getting 6-1 win under the floodlights and the Champions League, format. So I think, it's a good result for them. But if you look at the game in general, I think my man of the match would be Vinicius Jr. He had an excellent game. Though Kylian Mbappe got 2 goals, but looking at how Vinicius played today, I think his performance was very good.
So you think Vinicius actually stand out for today's game for Real Madrid?
Yeah, in my opinion, I think Vinicius is my man of the match for tonight.
Yeah, of course. And what went wrong for Manchester City in their 3-1 loss to Bodo Glimt? And how significant this is upset, or is this upset?
Yeah, it was coming, for the past 4 games in the Premier League, they've not, registered a win, in the league. So, Manchester City's problems, it has been recurring. And I'm not surprised that they got they went to Norway and they were smashed by 3-1. Yeah, I think Pep Guardiola should sit his boys down and talk to them because I don't think there's more time for him to be making such mistakes. Now we are in the serious phase of the club competitions and the leagues. So if you are dropping points at this time, mind you, this January, I think he's won just 1 match, which was in the FA Cup, or I think so. Yeah, I think it was in the FA Cup.
Yeah. No, or EFL
Yeah, so
Cup.
yeah, either the FA Cup or the EFL Cup. So their
and
performance,
FA Cup, yeah.
yeah, their performance hasn't been that good. And I think, yeah, they have to sit down. They have to sit down, look at how they are playing. I think it's becoming a problem now. If you are to travel to play against a team like Bodo Glimt and lose 3-1 against them, then you have a problem in your team. So I think Pep should just talk to his boys and rectify whatever mistake that is going on in the team.
Yeah, he should rectify that mistakes and find out what is going on with the team. But Tottenham have really been poor. And in today's game, Tottenham 2-0 win over Borussia Dortmund. How crucial was the red card and how did Spurs take advantage?
Yeah, when they scored the goals, I knew that the red card would be a disadvantage to Borussia Dortmund. And fortunately for them, they took the opportunity to get all the 3 points. Yeah, I think Thomas Frank also needed this result because Tottenham is also going through another shambolic phase of their football. Thomas Frank also needed this to cement his position in the Tottenham Hotspur team, because I think now his job is on the line. Any moment from now he can be sacked. So he needs to get some of these results to maintain his coaching job. And yeah, looking at the way they played tonight, I think we just give it to them. Borussia Dortmund was poor tonight, and they took advantage of that, and they got all the 3 maximum points.
Got all the 3 maximum points. And what were the key moments in Inter versus Arsenal, and how did Arsenal secure that result? 3-1 in San Siro. And remember, this is a game or in this Champions League since 2011. Milan have not been able to concede 2 goals in first half, and Arsenal have broken that record. What do you think as well in that game?
Yeah, if there was a team in this Champions League to go to the Giuseppe Meazza and score Inter Milan, I think it has to be Arsenal, because they are the best. Looking at the table so far, they are the best team in the competition. So going to Giuseppe Meazza to get a 3-1 win, I think it's a typical Arsenal performance tonight. For the past 2 games, they've not been that good. So coming into this game, I was a bit scared. I was not confident enough that we are going to grab all the 3 points, but some way somehow Ateta and his boys managed to get all the 3 points. As I've been saying earlier on, I think it's time that we have to start dropping Victor Gyökeres and start Gabriel Jesus in the games. I feel like he's fit enough to start the games for Arsenal. So now the best thing is for Ateta to be introducing Victor Gyökeres. It is his first season. Sometimes when you go into a different team, the adaptation period takes a longer time. So I think the best thing Ateta can do for Victor Gyökeres is he has to start introducing him from the bench to come and replace Gabriel Jesus. Unless Gabriel Jesus is injured and is not fit to play, then you can start Victor Gyökeres. But I think the best thing that will help boost his confidence is starting from the bench. And tonight, that was the typical example of what happened tonight, and they got all the 3 points. He came back from the bench and got the 3rd goal for Arsenal, and I think it was a very good performance.
Was a very good performance, and what a classic goal he scored for Arsenal today against Inter Milan. But looking at what does Bodo Glimt's historic win over Manchester City meant for their Champions League campaign?
I don't see them to be, a formidable side in this Champions League campaign. I don't see them to progress in the, last stages of the competition. But sometimes the good thing that comes with such results is that you boost the confidence of the team, you boost the confidence of the players. And mind you, this Champions League format, it is not home and an away, encounter. It is just one-off game. So when you lose, you lose. You don't get any chance to, come back or do any comebacks in the game. So I think, sitting at home, playing against Manchester City and getting this result, it is a boost for them in the Champions League. Maybe they will qualify to play in the knockout stages. If not, and they are still knocked out, I think this is one moment that they will remember in their club's history, that a team in the form of Manchester City came to Norway and got the defeat of their life. I think it was a spectacular performance from them.
Yeah, it was a spectacular performance. But I know tomorrow there's still Champions Leagues to play for sure, Ima. But then, which results today has the biggest implication on the group standing and qualification?
Well, I don't think I've paid much attention to the table so far, but I think definitely it has to shape the standings. Okay, so now after even Manchester City losing, they are still in the first 8 to qualify for the round of 16, and I think that is a good thing for them. But looking at the table now, I think we have to wait for tomorrow when the teams all play. Then we can assess the table properly and see those who are in danger and those who have already booked their tickets to the next round of the competition.
Because Villarreal actually lost and they are still in the 5th position for sure. But
so they still need some of these results, to come up. Maybe I don't know the number of matches that I think we are left with about 1 match or 2 matches. I don't know. After tomorrow, we have this
we can
last round of
access the
matches.
table. Yeah,
Absolutely.
sure.
Then we can know those who've already qualified and those who will not. Even if they get all the 3 points on the last day, they are not qualifying. So then we can also look at the parents in a round of 16, because the first 8 have already qualified. So you come to the knockout stages, they will play, and you can just group all them together and see what happens in the next stage of the competition.
Absolutely. And Ima, how will the heavy defeat affect Monaco chances of advancing or reaching the knockout rounds? Because 6 goals to 1 is not something easy for these guys.
Yeah, they're still like on the 20th position on the table, so I don't think it will affect them that much. If they are to get, you know, at least a point or 3 points in their last game, I think they are good to go for the playoffs. Yeah, I think they are good to go because looking at the table, them and I think Copenhagen is just a point. So looking at it, they can drop to the bottom. But if they are to get, I don't know the team they are playing next in the Champions League. But if they are to get, maybe a slight win or even a draw, it might propel them to the next stage of the competition.
So, Ima, the game between Inter Milan and Arsenal, did any under the radar player today boost their profile with a big performance?
Arsenal's game.
Yes.
Well, I think some players impressed me tonight. Looking at Mikel Merino coming in to replace Martin Odegaard as a number 10. I think he had quite a decent game tonight. Miles Lewis Kelly too has been rough a bit on the bench today. We saw a different Miles Lewis Kelly on the left side of Arsenal's defense, and it wasn't that bad. So I think some of the players, yeah, that's that. Yeah, that is what I said earlier on. I think he's getting gradually more into the team. He's been injured for a very long time and he's been sidelined. So coming into the team, sometimes you have to find time to gel with your old mates properly. And I think he's on the right path now, getting 2 goals away from home. I think he also had a quiet game, quite a decent game. And yeah, some of the players really impressed me. Eberechi Eze's performance wasn't that good. I'll give him a 6/10 performance starting the game. But sometimes when you're on the bench for a very long time and you don't play, it reduces your sharpness, in the game. So I think tonight some players had a very decent game.
Yeah, but how did Arsenal tactical setup change the game against Inter Milan?
Yeah, I don't think they did something extraordinary. It's just the typical Arsenal play. The corners, the set pieces. Yeah, so I don't think they did something extraordinary tonight, but some of these things help them to get their win. So you can't just write them also off. If you have to get a set piece and get all the 3 points and get a trophy, I don't think there's any problem with that. So yeah, for me, I think it's just a typical Arsenal performance that we had tonight. There wasn't anything extraordinary from the boys.
Anything extraordinary from the ball? And what defensive lapses caused Manchester City so badly against Bodo Glimt?
Yeah, I don't think it's based only on the defense. It's from the attack to the midfield and to the defense. I think it's just like the game they played against Manchester United. Everything wasn't just working for them. Nothing was working in favor of Manchester City. So you can't blame only the defense. Donnarumma had his own problems. The players, the back four also had their own problems. It wasn't that good. It just wasn't that good. I don't know what's going on with Manchester City, but it is time Pep sit his boys down and talk to them properly because you can't be getting some of these results in the competition and still hope of getting the title or even getting to the quarters or the semi-finals in the competition.
And what adjustment did Tottenham make after going down to 10 men that helped them actually close out the win?
Well, Tottenham first, I don't know, but I think playing at home.
Thomas Frank like back for sure, and playing at home actually helped them. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so they had their home support and everything. So playing at home, I wasn't expecting them to. I was expecting them their worst performance should be a draw. They shouldn't even lose the game because they've not been that good in recent times, and I wasn't that happy about it because they started very well this season. I don't know what went wrong. All of a sudden, they just dropped their performance and nothing is working for Tottenham Hotspur. So yeah, I think they just took advantage of the red card for Borussia Dortmund and they got all the 3 points.
So, Emma, which team surprised you most with their performance, either positively or negatively, and why in today's Champions League fixtures?
For the negative performance, I'll give it to Manchester City. Yeah, because I wasn't expecting them to lose the game to Bodo Glimt. So I don't know what's wrong. I was really surprised when I started watching and I saw 2 goals to nil. I was like, wow. I think under 27 minutes or so, they were already down by 2 goals, and I was like, "Oh, this is for Manchester City. Something is wrong with the team." But for the positive one, I think Alvaro Arbeloa is doing something new with this Real Madrid team. I saw something different, the seriousness in their team tonight. If it is to continue, I think Madrid will come back to their old ways and their glory days, because the way they play tonight, it's been long that I saw like Real Madrid play that football in a Champions League game. So maybe we have to give him some time and look at what he's doing. Sometimes when some of these coaches come into the teams, we don't normally, give them the support because they don't have the pedigree. They've not been dead. So some of the fans will be a bit skeptical. They have their doubts, but I think going forward, they should give him some time.
See how he will improve this team, and how are supporters reacting to Manchester City's shock loss on social media?
Yeah, definitely they will be furious. And especially if it's just about 2 days after, 3 days after they lost to Manchester
Manchester
United. And
derby, yeah.
yes, and they are now losing again. And it's also Champions League game. So just imagine if you're Manchester City fan, you start asking questions. What is going on with the team? What is exactly wrong with our team that nothing seems to be functioning? But I think Manchester City, they have a very competent one that can turn things around. So I think this is the time that he has to start, letting his boys know that this is not the standard of the club and they have to improve.
So, and if they need to improve, and what do fans think about Real Madrid clinical display against Monaco? And with this, do you think it was a reaction win or a statement win for Real Madrid?
Yeah, they needed to make a statement because, as I said earlier on, their performance hasn't been that good of late, So they needed this win to tell the fans that, hey, come to the stadium, come support us. We can still do better. It is normal in football. Clubs always go down, but they have to find ways to come up. Clubs like Real Madrid, they don't stay down for a very long time. They find ways to bounce back. So it was a statement to the fans that come to the Bernabeu, come and support us. Rally behind the boys. If they get your support, they can do better things for this club. So yeah, and looking at what they've been through, like the fans booing them at their stadiums of late, I think this win was a big statement from Alvaro Arbeloa and his boys to the Real Madrid fans.
Lastly, which manager faced the toughest puzzle or toughest tactical puzzles today, and how did they handle it as well?
Yeah, I think Arsenal's game against Inter Milan. Going into the game, I was doubting. As an Arsenal fan, I was in doubt. Like, okay, what is Arteta going to do special? Looking at the game we played against Liverpool and what we played against Nottingham Forest, I saw the lineup and I was like, this is not the usual starting 11. So I was like, okay, what is Arteta going to do tonight? But I saw something different from him. Even after they got the equalizer, they still went on to get the second goal and the third goal. So I think, yeah, it was a tough game. Maybe under Simeone Inzaghi it would have been different, but yeah, it wasn't that difficult. But Arteta also found his way and around the team.
Yeah, around the team and got the 3 point. That was a massive performance from Arsenal, and that really shows why they are on top of both Premier League and also the Champions League tables at the same time. And for sure, guys, if you just join us and you are new, remember it's Ashili Sports. Hit the subscription button, like and share the video, and your opinions are highly welcome. Comment down your opinions in the comment section. Let me know which of your favorite team did surprise you in this Champions League tonight. And tomorrow we'll have another games coming on for sure, and we will be giving you post matches as well. And see you, and thank you very much for watching, and ciao.